to today's edition of Security Video Posting there live online. Okay, live online. We're going to be talking about security implications of site cheat. This topic got me thinking, and I don't know what to say. I'm still trying to see how to watch it here. Security implication of site cheat. Now, when we talk about security implication of side chick, there's a trending video. We're going to be telling you our own take on the issue of Chidinma and the late mother that TV boss, and that prompted this discussion. On today's edition, you are going to be learning. Not only will you be learning that, you'll be learning the causes of side chick. You will also be learning the security implications of side chick. So when we talk about side chick is a very serious thing, and it's high time we talk about it. So today we're looking at security implications of side chick. Now, next week or some subsequent time, depending on what our listeners want to listen, we will be treating similar issues related to this issue of side chick, and we're going to be looking at other things as regards to side chick from the legal angle. We're going to see legal angle. We're going to see the law angle to it. Then we're going to look at other forms of issues that surround side chick. Now, paraphrasing, I want you to know that this issue of side chick has been even before now. You know, in times of old, these people have been there. Their name just keep changing. You understand me? Their name keep changing. In fact, there was a time when our fathers in those days used to have their side chick come to the house, and then our great grandmothers or grandmothers in those days will even give them food and even recognize them. Now, the issue of side chick, looking at it internationally, in America, it is hidden, it is secret. In America, people don't parade their mistresses in front of their wives. They do it very secretively, and that is because of their moral understanding that a man must have one wife. In fact, there was a time the governor of New York cheated on his wife with a girl, and he was caught and he had to resign just for cheating on his wife. He had to resign. You see? Now, that's to show you the kind of standard that these people have. And that's why, no matter how haywire their issues of morality and all of that has gone, there is this issue. They take faithfulness seriously. They believe that if you cannot be committed to one woman, what business do you have even being prominent and dealing in government? You understand me? These are some of the things that they consider in American settings. You understand me? That's why it's difficult to hear such stories of side chick around them. But they do exist. They are everywhere. You know, but here in Nigeria, which governor will resign because he has an affair with another woman? Nobody even send you. Madam, you don't have to say the first lady. They talk about another woman. You don't have to say the first lady. What made them pursue bring another woman? That's how I understand it. So what's the point? So the point is that we lack very strong moral standards as regards relationship, and because of that lack, people in this part of the world, they flaunt their relationships outside of marriage. Some even flaunt it, and some go ahead and marry second wife. Now, I also want you to know that side chicks still exist in the Muslim world. Now, the Muslims are allowed to marry as many as 4 wives or even more. But even after all these wives are married, some still have relationship outside of these marriages. Now, what we're looking at is side chick, security implication of side chick. What are the issues? What are the implications of having a side chick? But before we do that, I'm going to take a little time to talk about the causes of side chick. What are the causes of side chick? How does this issue of side chick come about? what make side chick happen. So I'm going to come about that. What are what brings about side chick and what are what causes side chick to happen. So when I've talked about that, then we'll now be telling you the security implications of side chick. Okay, now I can see myself. I can see myself on the tree. So you feel free, send your messages and share to your friend, ask them to join as we discuss this interesting topic today. All right, moving forward now. One of the number one causes of side chick is uncontrollable sexual urge. Uncontrollable sexual urge. A lot of men have uncontrollable sexual urge. Now we're looking at side chick, not side guy. You understand me? So that's why we're talking about a lot of men. Now, a lot of men have this uncontrollable sexual urge. When it comes on them, they look for the closest woman around them to sleep with. They look for the closest woman around them to have sexual intercourse with. That's the uncontrollable sexual urge. It comes like a drive, like a force pushing you, boom, boom, boom. So because of that urge, these people always find themselves in having relationships, not even one side chick. They have women all over the places so that whenever it happens, they can just take care of their greediness, their greed. That's uncontrollable sexual urge. Still under the uncontrollable sexual urge, these sexual addicts, also it happens, we can also call uncontrollable sexual urge as we can also say sexually addicted. There are some people that are addicted to sex, some men. And when they got married to a reserved woman. You understand me? And then they're already addicted to sex. And then they marry a reserved woman. So the woman might not be able to give it to them the way they want it. So they look elsewhere because they have this uncontrollable force. Now, another set of this uncontrollable sexual urge people are people who travel. Now, if this person is a traveler, it makes it worse. Anywhere he goes, he has to leave a mark. Anywhere he goes, he looks for how to satisfy himself. It's a sexual urge. So these are some of the reasons why you have side chick. Another one is some people have sexual fantasies. Now, these fantasies they have, they can close their eyes and imagine themselves. Maybe their wife is short. They may want to see what will it be like to sleep with a tall girl, Maybe their wife is tall. They are like, what will it be like to have sexual intercourse with a short girl? Maybe their wife is fair. They are like, wow, it's been a long time I had a black girl. These are sexual fantasies. These are some of the causes of side chick. So while having this fantasy, you try to want to have someone to keep so that you can release this fantasy. So these are some of the causes of side chick. Another cause is quarrelling with spouse. A lot of men and women always have issues at home. They quarrel a lot. So because of that, that quarreling, the man always wants to have his peace. The man always wants to go out of the house. He feels the house is not comfortable with him. Now, we don't even know if the quarreling, what causes the quarrel is not what we are looking at. We don't know if the man is wrong or if the woman is wrong. What we want to know is that there is always quarreling. Now, because there is quarreling, the man will just want to always be on his own. So what does this lead to? Side chick. Now, some of the causes of this quarreling can even be nagging. Maybe if you have a nagging wife, If I don't want to go deep in explaining nagging, men know. If you know, you know. If you have a nagging wife, you know that you cannot have peace in that house. So every time you want to go out to take care of yourself. Now, in the process, side chick has some specialties. They know men who have nagging wife, and they know men who have caring wife. So when the side chick sees a man who is coming to him hard because he has a nagging wife, she tries her best to be very caring. And she'll be so caring that you know when you start placing her above your wife. But what you forget is that side chick is side chick. It's only a fantasy. And then you come back to reality. And reality is your wife. Your wife is reality. Reality. Responsibility. But because side chick is not a responsibility, you find out that she has all the time. Focus on making you happy because she doesn't have to tell you about children's school fees. She doesn't have to tell you about house rent that has estate. Well, in some cases she does. And then she doesn't have to tell you about this. She just focus on making you happy. My brother, she's a businesswoman. That's what she does, okay? So you begin to see her as a nice person. So if you have a nagging wife, this is how they try to treat you and they make you feel special. And another one is family pressure. Just like I was saying, a lot of men, they love their wife, they want to be around her, but there is too much pressure in the family. Each time they are around the wife, all they can see is pressure. So they want to always go somewhere and cool off. They always want to go somewhere and cool off, where they can just cool up their heads. You understand me? Cool up their heads, as they say. So these are some of the causes of side chick. So while cooling off, you realize that, while Eve in the garden was alone, idle man, cooling off is the devil's workshop. So side chick happens. Another one is depression. Some men are going through depression, very serious depression, but they cannot discuss that with their wife, So when you can't have this kind of discussions with your wife, you'll find out that on the long run, you begin to get depressed, and then you want to go out to help yourself. You're looking for who to talk to, and maybe you're not comfortable talking to your wife. So you find out that before you know it, you are in company of a lady, a woman, or before you know you have a side chick. Anytime you talk, she will pretend to listen and listen. Some are even sincere, they even listen, But side chick is side chick, you know what I'm saying? That's another. Then another one is peer pressure. Peer pressure. Kabiru, I see you. Kabiru has joined us, and so I can see Kabiru. Kabiru is a senior police officer. I think he's serving in I think it's in Kaduna or Kano, within the northern area. Thank you for joining us today. Now, pressure in the family. When you have this pressure in the family, it makes you want to go not at time. Men, you know what I'm saying? Even if you have money, there are pressures that come from the family, certain responsibility, and it turns you off, And before you know, you want to get mad. You don't seem to be able to solve it. So you always want to go somewhere and cool off. Now, because you go somewhere and cool off, you need a guy, you need your guys. People hang out, take drinks, you relax. And before you know, you are cooling off. You are cooling off. Now, when you are cooling off, one or two may come around, and before you know it, you have a side chick. Now, another place is peer pressure. You have guys, your friends, they always go out to drink together, and they all have side chick, and you're the only one that don't have side chick, and you like to be invoked. So this is another cause of side chick. Then another cause is when it's wrong environment. Now, a lot of men are good people. They are nice people, but they find themselves in the wrong environment. Maybe they went to a party, a friend's party, and they had to attend, and so they attended this party. And in this party, they met one lady. It wasn't serious, it was just a discussion. And before you know it, they picked interest in each other, and then they got talking, and side chick happened. That's one. It must also be that they escorted someone to a place, to a club, to a party. It must also be that they are in a party, and then they got drunk. And before you know it, side chick happens, and then tomorrow they are with the side chick. They are now regularly with the side chick. So these are some of the causes that make people have a side chick. Now, but it's important to know that the side chick are very unique set of persons. Any lady who is dating a married man knows that he or she has no future with that man. Because no matter how foolish a married man is, even if he hates his wife, he will always return back to his house. You understand me? Because wife is more than sex. Having a wife is more than sexual intercourse. Having a wife is more than having money. Having a wife is more than working. Having a wife is reality, is life. So men will always return to their wife, even if they don't like the wife, even if they just go to the house, but they will always return to the wife. So any young lady who is in a relationship with a man that is already married already know that she has no future in this relationship. So when you know that you have nothing to gain and you have everything to lose, such as your age, your beauty, and your time, these are the things that side chick they consider. They have their age to lose. You are already married. Probably they are younger, and then they are with you, and you are very older most times, or you are older. So they know they have nothing to gain age-wise, and their age is running. Two, beauty. Beauty is equivalent to age. The more their age is running, the more their beauty is running. Then three, economic value. They may not have money. They may not have what to do, but you are already settled. You have a woman whom you are taking care of. Nobody takes care of them. So because of these three things, all they do is focus on ripping you off. They focus on what they can get in the now, and then they take care of you. They give you care. They make you feel like they care for you. Not they make you feel, they care for you. You see the care, but what they are looking for is what they can get. They are not interested in your future. They have no future with you. So if you say, don't worry, when I make money, I'll take care of you, they don't care about that one. The people that care about that talk is your wife, not side chick. But side chick, they have a specialty. They can make you feel special because they know there is no future in it. You understand me? So they live in the now. But your wife is always a future. It's always a family. So she's always considerate about tomorrow. But it's a side chick, they're not, because they are in the now. Igbo people will tell you, that's what the side chick they are after. You know, so but a lot of men still knowing all these things, a lot of men still go. Now, another reason for men and the side chick is that some men is just in their blood. That's what I would say. They are just used to it. One woman, never enough. And because maybe if they are not Muslims and they are Christians, and then they go to church, and then they are workers in church, and then they can't marry too. So what they do is to keep a secret side chick. The pastor, of course, will not know. This will not know. They will just be living their life. You understand me? So unlike the Muslims who have the privilege of, by their religion, they have the privilege to marry more than one wife. So in cases like that, they might come open and get married again, and it's okay. You understand me with them. But you, because you know you are not that permitted, you want to keep a secret lady, instead of saying. So these are some of the causes of side chick, to my own understanding. Now, moving forward to the security implications of side chick. Number one is STDs, diseases, sexually transmitted diseases. Any man who is married and is going after a lady that is not married, and the lady accepts to be with him, the man should understand that the lady is with him, but she needs a future. She would also like to have a man call her wife, just as we already have. So she may not be with just you. No matter how faithful you think she appears, and no matter what you give to her, she may not be with just you. She may have to be with other men, because she's still looking for one that will keep her the way you have kept your own wife. And sometimes these side chicks are strictly for economic values. And for women who are focused on economic value, they can't just be faithful to you. They need to get the next money from the next man, as they say, clients. You understand me? So they need to make the next money from the next client. So they may not be 100% faithful to you. So at this point, you risk contacting sexually transmitted diseases. Even with protection and all of that, we have seen cases where protection were there and people still contacted the diseases and a lot of other things associated. So you risk contacting a sexually transmitted diseases. That is for the men. I'm talking about security implication. Now that's under health security. That's under health security, sexual transmitted diseases. Then under another security implication is blackmail. A lot of men don't know they have future. Some know they have a future, but they care less about the future. But I want you to know that a side chick can blackmail you for economic gains tomorrow, even if you are no longer in a relationship. A side chick can always blackmail you to get what she wants from you, even outside the relationship. You know, blackmail is dangerous, especially if you have a political career or you have a career that has to do with the public and you have the tendency of growing in that business. A side chick can blackmail you. She can have evidence against you. She can listen to your phone call to your associates and use it against you. She can have photographs of you people's activities and use it against you. There's a lot of things a side chick can use against you because a side chick is close and she knows a lot about you. So you have to also be careful. So that's another security implication of having a side chick is blackmail. The blackmail is real. And I tell you, the blackmail is so big. Another security implication of having a side chick is baby mama. Baby mama, a lot of entertainers has baby mama. That doesn't make it right. Now, I want you to take your mind back to 10, 15 years ago when Two-Face Idibia was the reigning artist. Now, Two-Face had a lot of children from women here and there. And because of that, the media crucified him. His career almost died because of these women, because of these children. To the point he has to sing Raindrop. And if you listen to that Raindrop song, he was just singing about how his career would have gone down because of baby mamas. That is another security implication of having a side chick. But now, young girls even grow to have a side chick. You see, my team came across a young girl who all she does is get pregnant for men, give birth to the baby for the men, take 500,000 in Rivers State. In Rivers State, and she has done it 4 times. So she has 4 kids for 4 different men who each paid her $500,000 naira. Now, what's $500,000 naira? $1,000 US. Less than £1,000 British pound. You see? So a lot of people now want to have baby mamas. They want to be baby mamas themselves. So they target you if you are rich, prominent, or you have a rich background and you're prominent, or you are famous, whatever that can give them that thing they are looking for, be it presence, popularity, influence, money. If you have it, they can take the risk of getting pregnant for you just to have a baby to keep both of you tied forever. You and I know that no matter what happens to Two-Face, he's married now and he's doing well, but the truth is that he still has ties with all those women that have children for him, because you just can't have children with a lady and then you just leave her like that. It's not happening. So baby mama is one of the security risks associated with side chick. Faith Gabs Adele is asking, how about men who do not have nagging wives? Well, if you listen very well, nagging wife is not the only thing I mentioned. I talked about sexual addict. Some men has very strong sexual addiction. So your wife may not be nagging, but you have uncontrollable sexual urge. Another one is some men hate being lonely. Each time they are alone, they want to, they want to fill up the gap. Some men used to tell you that I'm lodging in social hotel, but because I'm here, the hotel room is too big and it's too fine. I can't just stay here alone, and then they decide to import somebody there. So it's not just about nagging wife. Just that nagging wife is just one of the issues, but it's not all. Okay, so your husband may not be a nagging wife, but maybe your husband is in the wrong company of friends, or your husband got drunk in a party and it happened, or your husband is depressed and he doesn't talk to you and he's not comfortable talking to you. Or maybe your husband just likes having sexual fantasies, or he travels a lot and he doesn't like being alone. So these are other reasons. It's not just about a nagging wife. So moving forward, we also have unending family problem. Another security implication of a side chick is unending family problem. Now, what do I mean by unending family problem? When you get married, you love your wife, you guys are growing, and then you have a side chick. And then one day she finds out, and then there is a problem in the home, and then you guys start quarreling, and then the quarrel doesn't end. And any little thing you do, she refer you back to your side chick. I know that you are living here now so that you can go to your side chick. Why are you not home yet? Oh, it's because of them. You receive a phone call, she says it's them. So a lot of things, the problem doesn't end. It kills trust. It kills trust in the marriage. It makes your wife not trust you anymore. And when a woman don't trust you, she's not secure. And when she's not secure, she would like to secure herself. And one of the ways she may secure herself may be by doing investments. She will start planning outside of you. When your wife starts planning outside of you, you are at risk. It means she has lost confidence in you. So he has decided to take alternative routes to plan her future. That's why you see you see women buying properties all over without the husband's knowledge. That is because they no longer trust you. So they believe anything can happen. You can even abandon them. So they begin to plan for themselves. These things are some of the problem caused, some of the security implications, which develop to become a very big problem caused by the issue of side chick. And another one we have to look at is setups and robbery. A lot of women who have men and they know they are side chick, they don't have a future with this man. One of the things they do, if they cannot get money as they want from you and they know you have money, they can set you up for kidnap. Side chick have been responsible for some kidnaps in this country, Nigeria, and all over the world. Because a side chick will not like you to use her and dump her. So she may like to get her hands dirty to get back at you. One of the ways they do that is robbery. A side chick can arrange a robbery against the man. Maybe you left her the way she doesn't want. She can arrange your robbery and even assassination. A side chick can arrange your kidnap so that they can get that money from you because she's not getting enough money. Let alone when she's very angry with you, you may not come back from that kidnap. Of course, I'm not far from the truth. We saw the issue of Chidinma in Lagos, which prompted this discussion. Now the man is late, so we may not be able to hear his own part of the story of what happened. But all we can take home for now is the fact that a young lady who booked a hotel room with a man as a side chick ended up killing the man. Now we don't know if the man was abusing this young lady consistently. We don't know what has been happening. We don't know if the young lady has been extorting the man consistently. We don't know either of them who is right or who is wrong. The only thing we can take hold of now is that the man is dead, killed by a girl, a side chick. That's all we can take home. So death is one of the security implications of having a side chick. Now the children of that man, they are now called fatherless children. Now, as fatherless children, what killed your daddy? How do you tell the world that your father was killed by his girlfriend? How does it sound in the ear? These are some of the implications of having a side chick. When you get that side chick, you might want to think about what your children will tell people when you die. You understand me? If you die from that kind of situation like we're experiencing now in Nigeria. Now, come to think of it, there is a whole lot surrounding the Chidinma issue. We don't have time. We'll have still look into that subsequent time. Another security implication is financial security. Side chick are there to take money from you. They don't have a future with you. They are not there to get married to you. So all they are there for is to take the money, take what they can get, because you already have a wife. So because of that, money becomes a priority for them. So when you have a side chick, you have added additional expenses to yourself, and not just some additional expenses, and expenses that may be equivalent to what you have to spend in your family. So side chick is like setting up an annex of your family. Side chick is like an annex of your family. You know, when somebody sets up a branch office, he has to maintain the branch office. So side chick is like a branch office from your head office. So you have to maintain head office. So that's a huge financial cost, because when you maintain a branch office, depending on the number of staffs you have there, you have to pay salaries, you have to maintain office running costs and other logistics allowances and other things, and then hoping to get the business. Now in this case, the side chick doesn't bring profits, they only bring pleasure. That's the profit you have. So you'll be spending a lot more when you look at that financially. Another way is sack. There are some companies that have very strict code of conduct. If they notice you are behaving anyhow, and maybe they receive a report from your wife, you may get sacked from work, and then you become jobless. And when you become jobless, the side chick will go, because the side chick is after money, not you. You are already married. So now, these are some of the things you have to think about before you go and have a side chick. In as much as you want to have that pleasure and that company, you understand me, someone you can always call up anytime you like and have fun. I also want you to reason all the security implications we have given to you. And if any of the courses we have mentioned is for you, you can contact us. We have specialists that we can recommend for you after consultation, and then you can sort yourself out. So this is another interesting edition of Security Bridge posting the live on the Wednesday morning, 12 to 12:30. Okay, so this month on the 25th, we're going to be having the 25th edition of Security Bridge, and it's on the 25th. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you there. Details are on our social media platform: Instagram at Both in the Live, Facebook at Both in the Live. Every platform linking we are Both in the Live. So you go there, you fill it off, and then we can always chat with you. Feel free to holler us on phone. We have people out there waiting to talk to you for all your security consultations and all of that, and your HR services. I'd like to say a very big thank you to our partners here, Geosyndic Consultant Services, the #1 HRO and employment consultants company. Thank you so much for being a part of us. All right, so that's all we have on Security Bridge Post in the live today. Thank you for joining us. Share the videos and make sure all your friends, they are watching and they are part of this video. Even after now, you can share it and they will not get the video. So thank you for joining us. I'll see you again next Wednesday. We're talking about an important, a very wonderful thing again. You just follow our page on Instagram and Facebook and you're sure to get information. Bye-bye.